Hold on. You mean to tell me that Sean Baker made a modern day Romeo and Juliet about a Brooklyn stripper who falls in love with the son of a Russian oligarch? Oh, he most definitely did. And I call it Anora. Anora is Baker's sixth film. Now, he's known for making popular films such as The Florida Project, which he deals with the themes of sex workers and just overall problematic people. This time, it's no different, but he's got a budget of $6 million and he's dealing with Anora. But does a bigger budget mean a better movie? Excuse me, Joker Filet, I do. Can you please come up to the witness stand?
Yes.
Yeah, your movie sucks. But truly, Anora is an amazing time. Anora follows a Brooklyn stripper named, well, you guess it, Anora, played by Mikey Madison. You know, the girl who burned up in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So Anora, or as she prefers it, Annie, works at, the Vanilla Unicorn. There, she gets V-Bucks for shaking that pirate booty until she meets Russian Timothy Chalamet. He's called Ivan, and he's the son of a rich-ass Russian family. And Annie gives Ivan a special presentation. And then, afterwards, she gives him some hot coffee. If you know, you know. Ivan can't get enough of Annie. He ends up being so much in love with her that he gives her $15,000 to spend the week with her. So I guess we believe in love at first sight, as they decide to randomly take a trip to Vegas, and yeah, they get married. And the two live happily ever after by doing drugs and spending reckless amounts of money. I wish, but Ivan's family finds out about the secret marriage. Yeah, let's just have our 21-year-old son live in a mansion in Brooklyn. Oh, and he has access to private jets. Surely nothing's going to go wrong. These goddamn Russians. In all seriousness, they're cooked because Ivan's parents send out the Armenian Goodfellas to, take care of some business. And from there on, we have Ivan and Anora fighting for their lives. Whether or not you've seen some of the trailers for this film, you think this is going to be a really serious thriller. And while it is, it's actually mainly a comedy. Baker is really good at incorporating comedy in his films, but he's also really good at punching you in the gut. The conversations are always nowadays that there's no good comedies out there, but no, I want to prove you wrong. I think the comedy genre has evolved, and filmmakers like Sean Baker are doing a great job at it, because there's actually many times in this film where my stomach's hurting because it's so funny. And it is his funniest film. And it's surprising because this is coming from a Brooklyn stripper, and his other film, The Florida Project, is from the perspective of kids, and you expect it to be a little more lighthearted, but goddamn, these Florida moms are traumatizing them kids. But the Brooklyn moms are raising babes like Annie, who she absolutely carries this film. Mikey Madison needs to earn at least an Oscar nomination for this film. She manages to be vulnerable, charming, crazy, and she nails that Brooklyn accent. It's not just Madison who carries this film. It's actually Ivan's goons who actually bring a lot of light into this film. We have Igor, who brings the awkward aura, Garnick, who brings that big boy scaredy cat energy, and then Taurus, who brings that Armenian power. He was my favorite, no doubt about it. He's constantly yelling and shouting at people, and he's just so determined to get the job done. The thing I really like about Anora is its realism. This film can be quite graphic, but not in the weird perverted Sam Levinson way, but in more of a way to show this is actually how this line of work is, and you have to accept that. I mean, from the very first shot of the film, we are seeing her give a lap dance. I mean, this film's not holding back on its subject matter. And what I really like about this film is just, it truly gives you the chills. You got the neon lights, the ambient music, you truly just are in this fantasy of a world. But then, there's those times where it's dark and the shit really hits you. That's what I like about modern filmmakers like Sean Baker. He's making films about real people who are not necessarily going on an epic journey, but certainly a fun one. You throw in a good script, some good dialogue, and some good scenery, and you got a really good movie. I mean, this film is never boring. Sure, it drags its feet towards the end, but it's all for good reasons, and the ending, it happens for a reason, and it really hits you hard. It truly was an eye-opening moment for me, realizing that this is the world that we live in, and not everything's going to be perfect. There's so much I can talk about this film, but I want to talk to you and give you my honest rating. Because honestly, this film is one of the best movies of this year. 9.5 out of 10. And this film's battling with Dune Part 2 as the best movie of this year. But I have to appreciate filmmakers like Sean Baker who are just making good fun movies that aren't necessarily big scale, but get the job done. I think this is a big step forward in his career, but I would like to see him cover different subject matter besides sex workers. He should make a movie about a Long Island blue-collar worker named Arnold. That would make more money than Megalopolis. Let me know what's your favorite movie from this year, and what do you plan on seeing for the rest of this year? Other than that, enjoy the ride.